So there is overlapping SNR. I told you before about the SNR level. This overlapping SNR I teach you before, but now that I'm going to show you that how much it is important. The overlapping SNR when you are in the uptrend or downtrend. Okay, there is a downtrend. There is a 100% clear, sure support level. So when the red candle close on the support level, we expect that market will continue go in up direction from here. Why? Because this candlestick is white close on the support level. Now expectation are there. Maybe there is a little bit weak you found this type of rejection. So it suggests that the next candlestick will goes up. Yes, it can go up, but there are three criteria, three conditions you will find everywhere. The one condition is that market can goes up. Okay, you can place a call option. The another condition is that if the market open from this place, then it will goes down. Instead of this closing price area, it changed the entry point, opening price, it changed and start from this level. So like how much, how like it, like this candle. Okay. So it changed entry point. The open price of the next candle is changed because in the market we know that always the candlestick open from the closing point. Here the closing, here the opening. Here the closing, here the opening. If you find the difference between closing and opening price, that is a sign that sellers want to break the level. Sellers want to break the level. So there are three rules in the support and resistance trading. The rule is for the sellers. Condition number one, give opportunity to buyers. Okay, that is condition number one. Sellers give opportunity to the buyers. Okay, that is one condition. The condition number two, do a jump and cross or break SNR. How? This type of condition number two. So that is rule. If sellers want to go down, they can do a jump in up direction and then they can break the level. So when they jump up, here resistance line is must necessary. If there is a resistance line, then it's necessary. If there is no resistance line, then market will go up. So the resistance line is very necessary here. There is a support level, okay, but there is a resistance level. So seller's choice the start from the resistance line, because on the resistance line there are some more sellers, and these sellers will make combinedly make an effort and break the level. So that is a condition number two. And the condition number three is there. If there is a support level here, you can jump down and skip the level. That is the condition number three. So sometime when you find so many students ask me questions, sir, why there is a support level, why the candlestick goes down? That was the reason number two or the reason number three. So these are the choices, these are the rules, these are the concepts. Sellers, if they want to break the level, they can change the entry point, they can break the level. So sometime it means when candlestick open, don't place immediately trade. Just to analyze the where the candlestick opens on the support level or on the resistance level, on the first second, don't place a trade. You have to wait for the minimum 2 to 3 seconds. When candlestick open, it will give you suggestion that I open from the closing price, or I open from the jump up, or I open from the jump down. I'm going to show you in the chart. It will help you. Every 5 to 10 minutes you will find, okay, you will find. 1 minute, wait. So here I'm going to save this picture that I can provide you. Now we are going to the chart. So look at every opportunity we will identify. There are so many opportunities in this charts. Okay. So now we are analyzing. Is there a difference? Yes. So candlestick close on the support level. So we have to expect the green candle, but the candlestick change the entry point, it goes down. So every 5 minutes you will find this practice. Candlestick close on the support level. Maybe there is any support. Yes, that is a resistance level. Okay. This candlestick close on this resistance level, and this candlestick jump down on the support level. There is a support level. There is any support level before, you will find jump down 95%, it will goes up. Sometime it will goes down 95%, it will goes up. So again, when I found the candlestick close on the round number, here candlestick close on the round number, again jump down and cross the level. Here again jump down and cross the level. Again I found the candlestick close on the resistance level, jump down little bit and try to break the level. So you will find again and again. Now here again this example appearing here, the candlestick close on the resistance level, that is jump down, that is a support level. It clears that that is a jump down, that is a support, and this candlestick right close on the support level, and now it changes the entry point from below to above, and then going to break, and that is a resistance line. You will find there is a resistance line above. Here again candlestick close on the resistance level, that is a resistance level, that candlestick shows that is a resistance, and this candlestick close below the resistance level, then it will go break the level. So now you can understand every 2 to 3 minutes you will find this type of practice. So that is a rule, that is my research. It's not written on any book or any content. It's just my research that why the support and resistance not respected so many times, so that I got the results that when buyers and sellers want to change the entry point, there is a concept. I understand that there is a concept. When they want to change the entry point, they can break the level. So now this support level, this red line, I'm going to change the color into purple. So this purple line, look at, there is a resistance line, and now the price is above, it's a support level. So you will find these type of practices. Okay. Is there any question about it? Write me. If there is any question, do you understand clear? How
Yes,
many
sir.
understand? Write me. So that is very important rule. Okay. So again and again you will find this type of practice. Now you cannot say, sir, why this support and resistance not working? Okay. Now no one can say why this support and resistance line is not working. If you understand this rule, if you are trading only support and resistance, 30 to 35% your winning ratio will increase with this concept. So that's why I'm just saying the little bit about this support and resistance, that is the overlapping. But the overlapping concept is different. In the Forex market, the overlapping trading is like that. If you find this type of candle and then find this type of candle and then find this type of candle, there when the two candlestick overlap the one candlestick and then they place the trades as per their strategy, that is the overlapping of the candle. But if I say jump down, jump up, so many people will confuse on the jump down, jump up. That's why I am saying just that is a overlapping, little bit overlapping of the candlestick. Okay. Okay. So here, once again, I'm going to show you one example more that you can understand very well. So everywhere you will find this type of practice in the buyers and sellers. So that there is a support level. Look at, it's clear there is a support level. Okay, just I plot the line on the candle and I got, oh, there is a support level. I don't need to find the support and resistance level. If I'm, if I know there is a, if I expect that there is a support level, then I can place a, and this draw the line on the closing price. So if the candlestick going, changing the entry point, I can understand that market will break the level. So this concept, how many time working? It's working 95%. 5% you will find the market will change the direction, but 95% it will goes down. Okay, so it's very important. I want to share with you that you don't make mistakes while you are trading on the real accounts. So that is very good example to understand. Okay. Some people are messaging me on the Telegram. That's why I'm giving them answers. 1 minute. Okay. So now this concept we understand. And now in the VSA, how to make the strategies. That is the main topic. We covered all the topics, but now how to make the strategies. So if you just put one concept in the VSA, if you are looking at the VSA anomaly and the validation, okay, anomaly and the validation. Yes, Asad Shoaib.
Sir, before I raise the hand, now the chart is going.
Okay. So here, how to make the strategies. The strategies are the set of rules. Okay. So rules, some rules are related to the trading. When I'm making the strategies, the some rules trading, entries, and money management. Okay. Without money management, no one strategy will work. Okay, because sometimes strategy give us 80% winning ratio, sometimes 70, sometimes 90, sometimes 95, sometimes 100% winning ratio. But with money management system, if we fall onto 70% winning ratio, then still we are in the earning. How? Sometime with the wrong decision, strategy is right, but with the wrong decision, we lose two trades. So how we can cover it? it's very important to use the money management system. Whatever money management system you will choose, martingale or 3% or 2% account or any type of money management, all the money management will work. Okay. And then the trading setup, just to keep in mind on which trading setup you are trading. You are trading on the down thrust, or you are trading on the up thrust, are you trading on the no supply bar, are you trading on the no demand bar? Okay. So choose one any entry point, one any concept, and make a strategy and apply in the chart. When you only working on the no supply bar, no demand bar, it means you are finding only these two types of entry points, these two type of opportunities. Then don't fall in other. Sometime when we mix the strategies, when we mix all the things, then our result will, we don't analyze which entry points was our correct or which entry point was not correct. So if you create a strategy on the no supply bar, no demand bar, you only have to trade on the no supply bar and no demand bar and leave all the opportunities other. If you are trading on the down thrust or up thrust, only choose the down thrust and up thrust entries and leave the no supply bar, no demand bar entries. But if you are trading whole concepts, then you create your own money management system. Okay, then it will give you good results. But only just you are using the concept and with there is no money management system, then you will fail in the trading. At the end, you will fail. And then another thing, when you create a strategy, then believe that your strategy. Okay, okay, okay. I'm going to clear. Just to clear this topic, then I'm going to tell you about the no supply bar, no demand bar. So here I was talking on that you when create the strategy, strict on one strategy, only trade on that strategy which you created. Okay, don't fall in other strategies, other entry points. So it's very important. Okay. And now no supply bar, no demand bar. So demand, when we are in the downtrend, we will find the demand, no demand bar. In the downtrend, no demand bar. In the uptrend, no supply bar. First, then I will convert in the all trends. Okay. How to understand there is no supply, there is no demand? Okay. I'm going to give you concept. Do you know about this pattern? What is that pattern?
Spinning top.
Spinning top. Okay. Spinning top. And if it appear in the downtrend, then what we will call?
Is a hammer or is that hammer?
No.
Bimba. Sorry.
This, it's a spinning. Okay. It's a spinning. No problem. It's a spinning in the uptrend or in the downtrend. I'm going to clear the one concept here. If it appear in the uptrend, we are saying spinning top. If it appear in the downtrend, then what we call him? Nitin, do you know? Anyone know? No.
We also call it spinning top, I think.
No. Okay. Okay. Same, sir. No, brother. It's not same. Okay. Look at. Now, Do you know what is that? Spinning bottom. Okay. When I was on the call, if I did not see your screen and you want to ask me question that, sir, I found the spinning top in the downtrend, then how I can place a trade, that I cannot understand. Oh, in the downtrend, we don't found a spinning top. We only found a spinning top in the uptrend. And in the downtrend, we only find the spinning bottom. Okay? These are the spinning bottom. Okay? So no one can tell you. I saw so many videos of the mentors and other peoples. They are saying that there is a spinning top, and also say spinning top. If it appear in the top, spinning top. If appear in the bottom, spinning top. No, in the bottom, spinning bottom. Okay, then we can understand. We found the spinning bottom in the bottom of the train, not in the top of the train. So that top shows means uptrend, bottom shows means downtrend. Okay, so bottom and top, always this clear your mistake. Okay, spinning bottom and spinning top. So spinning top and spinning bottom is a what? Is a no demand bar or no supply bar. That is no supply bar or no demand bar. How we can recognize in the chart? Look at this candle will look like a spinning top or a spinning bottom. This type of candle you will find. And in the downtrend, where you find in the downtrend, and the volume was low, volume was low from previous two candles. That is a no supply bar, no demand bar, sorry. Okay, that is a no demand bar. It's not no demand bar, volume are equal. Okay, so when you find this type of two candles, here you will find sometime spinning top or spinning bottom candle, or sometimes look like a this type of, but it's a the you will find the upper rejection in the candle, and the volume you will find previous two candle low volume, like a pseudo. Okay, this type of example you will find, that is called there is no demand in the chart. Market will continue more down. Okay, again I'm going to show you one example here. This type of candle will give you hint, but the volume is increased. There is no, it's not a no demand bar. Volume must decrease from the previous two candles. Okay, sometime you will find in the chart. I'm going to find again here. Asad, from your side noise is coming.
Only fan is on.
From
Okay, I'll
your
mute the mic.
So we are in the uptrend. In the uptrend, we will never find the no demand bar. Okay. So in the downtrend, we will find the no demand bar, and in the uptrend, we will find the no supply bar. So look this candle. This candle suggesting that there is no supply because the previous two candles volume is low. Here from the previous two candles volume is low. It shows that there is no supply. The market will goes up. So previous two candles, it means no supply bar in the uptrend and no demand bar in the downtrend. Okay. Look at this Previous two candles volume is low, market going down, and in the uptrend we will find the no supply bar. Look at this candle. Previous two candles volume is below. It shows no demand, no supply. Market will go up. Is it clear now? Okay. We are in the downtrend. This shows downtrend, little bit minor downtrend. In the minor downtrend, do you find what is here? Volume is previous low, market will go down. So how we will find? I'm going to give you a clear picture about the no demand bar, no supply bar. Yes, volume must be below from the previous two candles. Just to understand the waves, okay? In the waves, you will clear. So in the downtrend, you will find this type of waves, okay, in the downtrend. So here you will find the no demand bar. In the uptrend, here you will find the no supply bar. No demand bar, okay? Sometime you will find in the ranging market, but it only work in the downtrend and uptrend. Okay, so in the ranging market, you can consider this concept as a anomaly or validation. But in the downtrend, in the uptrend, you will find the no demand bar, no supply bar, no demand bar, no supply bar. So you have to, you can take 1 minute trades, you can take 5 minute trades, you can take 3 minute trades. So today I'm going to give you one more strategy here. How to understand, how to place 3 minute trade, how to place 5 minute trade, how to know that the 3 minute only the candlestick will goes up, the 2 minute candlestick will goes up, the 5 minute candlestick will goes up. I'm giving you this opportunity now. Okay. Here, understand. We know that from this reversal pattern, after reversal pattern, we found the continuation candle. There is a first pullback. On the first pullback, only we can place a 3 minute trade. If you want a strong signal, only you can place a 3 minute trade. The 5 minute will not work here. Some people are using the reversal indicator. The reversal indicator always give you the signal on the pullback. The reversal indicator, all the people, all the traders using the 5 minute reversal, 5 minute from here, 5 minute from here. So when after this 5 minute successful signal, the next signal will be for the 3 minute it will work because it's a pullback. But now here after pullback, when here you will find the reversal pattern, now you can place a 5 minute trade again. So always on the pullback, you apply the 3 minute. It will work for you. But on the pullback area, if you apply that 5 minute expiry, it will not work for you. But the 5 minute, where it will work, look at. So all the impulsive wave, start of the impulsive wave, that is the start of the impulsive wave. Here the 5 minute trading will work. All the corrective wave, only 3 minute trading will work. Here. After impulsive wave, when corrective wave you found, only 3 minute you can place a trade. Only 3 minute. And on the impulsive wave, you can place a 5 minute trade. It will give you good winning ratio. Okay. There are so many reversal indicators in the market. All the reversal indicators are fail. Why? Because traders don't know how many minutes I can place a trade. All the members, all the indicators users, they place 5-minute trade everywhere. They don't know where is the pullback. On the pullback, the reversal indicator only work for the 3 minutes, not work for the 5 minutes. So 3 minutes that your trade will go up, but last 2 minutes it will give you loss. You know, because you have experience about the reversal indicators. If I show you some indicators, just to give you idea, on the next session, I'm going to give you, okay, sending you link. This meeting is now over here. I'm sending you link again.